Well,
All right. Chaim.
is that Israel?
All right.
Israel and white shirt.
Kobe, whenever you're ready,
What do I read?
from the beginning,
How much?
you got 1 minute, and you could read a maximum of one paragraph. And during the minute, you don't have to read, you just speak. And then you can do whatever you want. Okay.
Exactly 1 year after the flood began, the earth was dry enough to be habitable. But Noah was reluctant to leave the earth, for he and the animals lived in peace and harmony within it. Noah knew that once the animals would leave the earth, they would revert to their naturally aggressive behavior. Very nice. I like. Well, that's all I got. Have a great day. Wait it out now, dude.
Pass.
Pass.
Okay, so, wow. So, naturally animals are so nice. What would we... My cat was so nice. That's the time she scratched me.
Now she's dead.
It's not my fault she died. You're gonna make me cry. No, so I think animals could act naturally normal, but they just don't want to. Same with humans could act normal naturally. They don't want to. They just act crazy. Pass.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, Chaim. Good to see you. Morning, Shalom. Morning, Rabbi Yeska. Morning, Shalom. Morning, Isaac. Morning, Mendu. Morning, Yessi. Morning, Kyle B. Yeah. Accepting the challenge. God spoke to Noah saying, leave the ark. Genesis 8:15-16. So yesterday we actually had Oran on FiveAlive, Oran Sherman, and he mentioned a quick little Bartera on these words, sitting in the table. Maybe we're going to learn it. Wow. First of all, good morning, Shalom. Miss you. Good morning, Yaska. And good morning, Chaim. It is really good to see you. I have not seen or heard from you in a little bit too long, which might be my fault, so I will FaceTime you later if you're not sleeping. And yeah, there is a Bartera. I think it says it a little bit. I think it says it right there. So I won't say it, but it's about, it compares it to davening to spiritual everything. Basically, I read it. So I'm a genius for everything that I know because I read 10 seconds ago. Thank you, Nehemiah. It's all yours.
So my name is good morning, Yosef. Good morning, Chai. Good morning, Sean, and Kobe, Isaac,
Everybody up.
Yeah. So actually, funny you mentioned on someone the other day, yeah. Just like a whole different time zone where in Israel, it's like 3 hours or 2 hours ahead of London. So that's like 10 hours ahead, I think. No, London's 8 hours. I wish it was 10 hours, Israel, 10 hours ahead of the day. I think the dinosaurs got left behind by the ark, but no one knows what the table left all the dinosaurs behind.
Okay, after class, Rabbi Yaska. I need to say hi to Avi. Go ahead.
Okay, so welcome all of you. It's very interesting. Hi, all of you. It's just each person. Hi, Kobe especially came. Wow, it's a big thing. Yossi, Isaac, Sholem, Chemia, Avi, and Sholem Schwarzberg. Schwarzberg, Ashgocha Protis, that Kobe is here now because you have to add him to the WhatsApp that I spoke to you about, Rabbi Isaac. So Kobe has to be there. He's the manager. So Kobe, as Kocha Protis, I think we are going to hire some people. We are moving in some stuff. So I want to tell you something, guys. You're not going to believe it's happened. And tell me if $1 trillion is more than I made today or not. Tell me the truth. So today I got in 7:70 in the morning, and a person walks in 7:70, and I tell them, "Who are you?" I said, make it feel at home. I tell them, "I'm the stewardess of 7:70. I'm the greeting people. So I can make yourself comfortable." I said, "Sit down." So look, when he sits near me, and we start on, ay.
You're gonna have to wait. All right, Shalom, go ahead.
Next turn, yes.
Okay, my turn.
Chaim, go ahead.
Wow. This is the first time I'm on FiveAlive as Rabbi Chaim Gutlazer. For all those who are asking, I am in Chevron, right now actually in Kiryat Arba. I am on Shlichus of the Rebbe Melech HaMashiach, and I stay up all night with the Chayalim, the soldiers. So I actually woke up a few hours ago and just davened. And I give them coffee, I bring with them, share Dvar share insights. We actually just got a new group, a new unit, Gulani. I don't know if anyone heard of them, but they are one of the craziest units in all of Israel, and it is honestly life-changing. And the amount of, I wouldn't say miracles, I would say more nature that I see here, the more clarity that I have here has been incredible. Every day, davening at Tamar Samachvela, going to the Kaisel, going to all these kfarim, it's a incredible, inspiring, uplifting experience, and I am so honored to be on Shlichus here.
Beautiful. Avi.
Isaac, you forgot to put it on the air.
No, we're live. Avi, we can't hear you. Can anybody else hear Avi?
I can't.
How about now?
Oh, yeah. We can hear you now.
Oh, I plugged in my headphones, so that helped. Okay. It's okay. Good morning, everyone. Chaim. That's amazing to hear. It's good to see you. Amazing stuff. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure,
Kobe.
Kobe.
Passing it on to the coop, man.
Okay. And one.
Man.
Don't say on there. I'm fine. What the fuck? There it is. Still go. There you go. Fast. You just take a little water. Come on.
Oh, you just have an interesting tactic.
Yeah, I just. All right. Okay. As we have seen, entering the ark is a metaphor for the need to immerse ourselves in Torah study and prayer. However, the true purpose of entering the ark is to leave it. God commands us as we commanded Noah, as he commanded Noah, not to remain in the protective spiritual environment of Torah study and prayer, but to emerge from it, enter the world, and transform the world into God's home. Wow. Hold on. Guys, look at the volume 1, pages 9 and 10.
So yeah, that's what I read before. Avi, good morning. It's good to see you again. And Chaim, that sounds really, really awesome. Happy for you. Maybe a little bit jealous. Whatever. How are you davening at Mars Machpil every day though? I thought that it's like ding. Oh no, it's Kevarachim. Okay, fine. Cool beans. Yaska, I can't wait to hear the end of your story because if you made $3 million today, listen, he said that. $3?
3 trillion.
3 trillion? No, he said 3 million. He said 3 trillion. Okay, fine. Then that's already.
Whoa!
Give me 10.
100 million.
I don't know anybody in 770 that has $3 trillion. So whatever. But I do want to hear the end of that story. It sounds really interesting and exciting.
I pass. It's your turn. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Fun. Wow. I had friends last year that were there 2 years ago. I went to run. It's great. I heard about it. Yo, dude, pretty cool. I had something on my mind I wanted to say. Oh yeah. So as Isaac did, he read that word "command us," and he forgot, cause he had to think about that when he was reading as he commanded Noah. He tripped down on himself. It's just pretty cool. Cause once he got back on it, he went fast because that's really cool how the brain works. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. FiveAlive, 6 a.m. I like the commitment. And yeah, hopefully I'm going to be doing this every morning. Commitments. And Rabioska. So I have the studio and we have 3 trillion, a million.
Right, Avi. Avi.
Yeah, it's my turn. Excuse me. Turn. Okay, I'm done. Thanks.
I guess it's Yaska's turn.
Avi, we didn't hear you. We're looking forward to see you. So what I said, it's interesting. A trillion sounds like 3 million. Sounds like a trillion, but doesn't 3 trillions. As I said, a trillion. Trillion is basically a ripple effect. But I want to say it like this. I said what I experienced. So today what's happened, the guy walked in, then I told him, Posach Eliyahu. I said, what are you holding? I learned with a group of guys, So look what's happened. He said he came, today I arrived from Israel, from a Bochoron. His name is Yaakov. And I sent the picture, the Miracle of Natures. And he said, he showed me the booklet. He showed me a Posach Eliyahu, the Maimer that we learned. That somebody translated, explained everything to explain it. And he came specially to do miracles in nature over here in Kronite. He wants to experience. He came to see by the Rebbe miracles in nature. He came for a couple of days for Israel to experience in 770. So he learns with us Posach Eliyahu. So I showed to all the guys who learned by heart Posach Eliyahu, the Israeli guys, said, no, tell me it's miracles in nature. And what I mean to say is, whatever we do is going to be successful. I walk on the streets, I said, I know things, everything what we do is success. So it's and I'm starting to see Kobe over here, so I know it's guaranteed, And this is reality. This means not to be afraid to see wonders and miracles. Because you don't ask for things, because you have it. And some you're afraid you're not going to get what you have. That's basically, all of us are afraid we're not going to get what we really have. So how could you have what you really have? Basically so Chaim, I like the miracles, but I see every second we have miracles over here also. We have to be aware of it. We have to be aware that you see. Okay, thank you.
Hello.
I'm not turning on my camera because I'm not feeling really well. I look good still, but not good enough. I always want to look at my top if I'm going to go on camera. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I really have to add to the conversation for the moment is that I saw this funny joke. Noah was a very brave man for going on a wooden boat with 2 termites. I pass.
Hi.
I'm going to pass this one.
Avi.
Sean Forsberg, you always look good enough for camera. It's number 1. And number 2 is Rabieska. you said it's funny that about miracles. I feel like if God just like came down and like talked to us for like a day, it'd be like, oh, it's a miracle. But if he did that like 2 days in a row, it'd be like, okay, it's like okay miracle. But like eventually, like 3 days, 4 days, would be like, yeah, that's just what happens. God talks to us. It's normal. So like everything that happens to us now, since we're just so used to it, it's just, yeah, the rain falls, so it's not a miracle. That's just natural. So everything is. So, what's a miracle? It's just something that we don't know. So that's just what I was thinking. Yeah, sure, call. Thank you.
Kobe.
And pass it on to you.
Kobe. Okay.
No, come on.
Wow.
Pass it on.
Okay.
Okay.
Your decision is accepted. Mordecai, go.
Wow. Okay. So I missed what everybody was saying, but I like how he says over here. The true purpose of entering the ark is to leave it. I like that. I like how he said that, because there's I think there's a point there, and even though I think it's kind of important also to speak about the idea that you gotta first go in. You can't leave before you go in. In our scenario, I don't know if you could go out on shlichus before you went to school, before you learn Torah, before you learn stuff. You gotta arm yourself. Yep, makes a lot of sense. Chaim, you do not have my permission to pass again. I want to hear everything you have to say, because it sounds amazing and it sounds like you have a lot to say. Shalom, I read a lot of the comments on that post. He said a joke or talking about Noach. He said Noach was a really brave man for going on a wooden ark with 2 termites. Whatever, because termites were the most of his worries. I think he had some issues with the lion, but whatever. Yeah. And thank you for sharing, Yaska. It's very interesting. All right, I pass. Speak loud so everybody can hear you. He said, hi, his name is Tim.
Marie, as we have seen into the rock, it's a metaphor. Read to immerse ourselves in Torah study and prayer. However, the true purpose of entering the ark is to leave it. God commanded us, as He commanded Noah, not to remain in a protective spiritual environment of Torah, study and prayer, but to emerge from it and into the world and transform the world into God's own. Basically, make a derivative of immersion. That's literally why we're here on the earth. Like, there's other reasons to go low, but that's like the reason. Everything else calms down. I believe that. Yeah, excited. Today's Wednesday, which means share tonight, which means learning.
Reb Yaska.
So, well, it's funny. Just when you be having success in your life, everything you do, it's funny. Some people, they have the attitude of success, they're successful. Some people take time to be an attitude of success. So what's success, basically? So today somebody, I saw a Isaac, know the person that he spoke to me one time. We spoke about some time. So the guy approached the guy, he said, listen, hey, I have FiveAlive over here in Kona, it's come to join. So you know what he tells me? God is an old man. I said, yes, you have to change him. You have to become the God. Because this, he said, what do you mean? I said, yes. So let's see, we can learn Posach Eliyahu and then understand how you can be yourself. You can be creator.
Shalom.
Avi, you make an interesting point. Or you brought out an interesting point. Very well said. And I just think that on the one hand, a lot of like you said, rain falling is a miracle, but like we don't really have an explanation for anything. So that sort of brings into doubt, like I'm saying, for a lot of people who don't have God in their lives, they're like, but nothing's explainable. So that means that the Big Bang must have happened, because if nothing's explainable, let's just explain it by giving another unexplainable event. It's interesting. But on the other hand, like there's stuff like childbirth that I just like the Big Bang won't hasn't, that doesn't explain birth, or it's a complete miracle. Um, so yeah, I don't know what my point was, but it's interesting the way we'll think about miracles after long periods of going with them.
Chaim.
Okay, since Shalom asked me to talk, I guess I'll have to do it. As anyone who has known me in the past, I always had a big fear of change. I never liked change. I never liked things changing. I like things staying the same, always being the way that it always was. And recently I overcame that. I went to a place where it doesn't speak my language, where I have to wear a white shirt every day. I have to do a bunch of these things which I never saw myself doing, and it was a big jump in my life to do that. And the fact that I did that is crazy. I'm already speaking the language after a month of being here. I'm becoming a totally different person, and it's a little scary, and yes, it's still a little bit of a fear, but I've conquered so much of that where I believe in only change, because I don't want to be the same. I don't want the date or anything to be the same. I always want things to be greater.
Avi.
It's amazing. I like what you said. I like what Rabbi Yeska said. Yeah, I guess when people set their goals for success too high, if your level of success is when I get $1 million, then you'll never be successful. If your level of success is, just me trying and doing my best every day, then you're always successful, I guess. So, you just gotta lower the bar maybe a little bit of what is successful, or maybe do more. No, lower the bar. That's easier. And Shalom, Schwartzberg, even when it's your turn, I wanted to know. I look at your icon that says S, even though it's a blank thing and I don't see anything. I look at it. I look straight at it like I'm talking to you. So you might as well show yourself. But okay, thank you.
All right. Kobe. Hi, something amazing.
Hi, good to hear you. Shalom, nice to see you as always. Nice to meet you, Avi. Good to see you, Rabbi Yaska. What's up, Coops? Nehemiah, what you said, I think that's a pretty lame excuse for creating us, that God created us because he wanted a home. Because that's a pretty selfish thing to do, I don't, when I want a home, I don't put a lot of people through pain and suffering, but, I'm not God. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Have a great day.
Okay. I like it. I like that Kobe's speaking. A lot of good stuff are being said. Maybe I'm gonna have to watch the video again because I missed your story. And Shalom's joke, but Shalom repeated Shalom's joke. But Kobe, what do you do if you want a place to live? Just wondering about that. I was actually just recently discussing that question. I don't know who came up with that one first, but somebody a little while ago asked me that one. I don't know if that's from Kobe or from somebody else. How God's selfish. And it's actually interesting because Parshas Noach is actually a testament that God's not selfish. If he was selfish, he created a world for himself, and they messed up. He should have just done it.
But he gave them another chance. I had a few things I wanted to say. I can't remember too many of them. I need to start writing them down. But Chaim, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. It's really awesome. And yeah, the whole change for the better. It's the most Hasidic outlook you could have. So it's amazing. Shalom, I could tell you if you're worried about the looks, you definitely look better than the blue circle and attempted body that they put as you for us to look at if you're not in the camera. So I would just put myself in the camera if I was you. Yeah, what else did I want to say? I had something else to say about what Chaim said. I just can't remember. I don't know. But if you're going to be there for a while, I'm hoping to make my way to Israel at some point this year to go visit because I have a ton of friends that are there for the army right now. And yeah, it's definitely in the plans. Being able to rake in some cash.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, same actually. Yeah, we had this whole thing Kobe on Shabbat, and actually it drove me mad for 3 weeks, and it's still driving me mad. Hey, Sean, nice to see your face. And your smile. Yeah, so yeah, God is selfish, and that's like there's no other way to explain it. 100% selfish. Whether you're religious or not, He is selfish. He put us here so we can literally give Him good feelings every time we do a mitzvah. We only like literal. Yeah, stuff like that. I literally wanted to say, but nah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Back to life. Back to life. What is life? How much like back to life? I don't know what life is. Yes, yeah.
So I just want to tell you something very interesting, guys. The conversation, you speak about a lot of things, and you'd be surprised. You are the creator of the world, so it's funny you're afraid to be the creator because you don't know how to be the creator. And what I'm speaking to you now, it's reality. Then it's a state. We have to see what we're aiming for. When you guys speak of it, you think you don't accomplish nothing. You accomplish the world. According to what I understand, the creator is me. You're doing a big world, a successful world, a happy world. And you should know one thing: all the movies you saw in your life, Holocaust and tragedies and stuff, and your tragedies all of yourself, it's a movie. But you're the actor and you suffered because you played all the act all the way. So let's make the action what's real. Is my life is real. Me, the creator, is the reality.
Thank you.
Or basically, even if it's fake, we make it the best it's ever gonna be, especially if it's fake. Avi, your words really inspired me today. I'm serious. Like, every day I need to like psych myself up. Like, I need to hype myself up to like get at to start doing my first task of the day so that my day could be good. I was like, I'm not feeling, like I said, I wasn't feeling great, but like I still have a lot to do, so it's gonna get done today. It's gonna be a success just for today. Today's success are gonna be good. And one thing about change I realized, like, I always try to anticipate it. I'm never right because my outlook is always different once the change comes, and it's not like I'm in one place and now I'm in another. I'm a different person when the change comes. Like, Chaim, you're a different person now. And it's great to see you. I didn't say that before. And I love it. It's really, really good. And I can't wait to see you in person.
Chaim.
So Nehemiah inspired me to put a hat on to feel more part of the club. But the starting point of my changing actually started when I was in Chevron for Yom Kippur, and I was davening by Avram Avinu's kever, and the Hoyim Kippur, it was just the holiness. It was actually felt. And you look around, I don't know if anyone has ever been to the Maras HaMachpelah, and you see these people with long payas, closing their eyes, crying every time they daven. It's just real. It's actually real. And also to Hakava Shnias in Yitzchak's Kever was incredible, dancing with the Sefer Torah. Kobe, I actually met Mayor K there, and he said he was very fond of you. So that's also really good. And the experience here is just unreal. I can't even begin to explain the words or anything like that.
Bobby?
I just want to say, Chaim, every time you keep talking about it, it just sounds better and better. I'm happy for you. The question, like, is God selfish? The question in itself is just invalid. It's not a good question. The person who would say that, you would give them the standard question, the God you believe in, I don't believe in either. The God you don't believe in, you know? It's not because, you know, we have a piece of God in us. We are a piece of God. So God is selfish and we are a piece of God. We are one. So that doesn't make sense. So, yeah, question doesn't make sense. So yeah. And there's an afterlife. We're going to be united. So yeah. Okay.
Chaim, thank you for enlightening my morning with that amazing news. In response to your question, Isaac, when I want somewhere to live, I either rent it, buy it, build it, or hire somebody to build it. And yeah, people may get exploited in the process, but that doesn't make it right. And yeah, pass.
No, you're gonna pass and you're gonna listen, or you're gonna pass and you're gonna leave something up.
At the top. Say hi, my name is Esther.
Hi, Isaac.
I have been clean for the 10 seconds. I think tonight you go.
Okay. I'm just saying this house building. I like Avi's answer. Avi's answer is way better. Like, God being selfish means that he's selfish for us, as in because we're part of him. I love that. That's a great answer. I like that. I mean, obviously, whatever. I don't have to jump to this. I'm just saying what I feel is that I think that the question is very foolish and, you know, very immature. What are you talking about? We're talking about God. What do you mean you created us so that he could feel good? He created feeling. Like what are we talking about here? It's a foolish question, unless I mean I think the question I think is a good one, unless we're being foolish. So you just be like, oh, he's selfish. You're like, you know, he's a selfish guy. He's not a guy. So we're talking about God, and if we're talking about God, then we have to talk in God terms. And in building a house, someone's gonna have to work hard, I think.
Chaim, I joined the club, which makes me look much better. Also, I remember, yeah, right? No, snaggy, we gotta do like this. Also, Chaim, before I wanted to tell you that I like your profile picture. That's what I remembered. And about God being selfish, I wanted to say, think about any company, right? Companies make products. Let's take Apple. Apple is not doing you a favor by making a phone. They're making phones to make money. But I'm sure that you're much happier paying a ridiculous amount of money for that phone. Coop, shut up. I know you like Samsung. And having the phone than not paying for it. So no matter what reason they made it for, it's still coming to your advantage. So whether God made the world for himself and for you, and he probably didn't make it for himself because he could have all the pleasure he wants from everything in one instant. And it wouldn't, like, you could do it in a much easier way, I'm sure.
No, the whole thing is, right, he created suffering. Right? Why do we have to go through suffering? He put us on the world, and he puts us through whatever, literally crap, right? And we have to, like, I'll explain it to Isaac another time. Cheerios, my name's Tim. Oh yeah, fine. Yeah, I just put them. You inspired me to put the brim down. As if I'm just putting the brim down. You inspired me to put the brim down because I inspired you to put the hat on. So you inspired me to put the brim down. And Trump looked great. I'm gonna say, yeah. So hopefully today's gonna be a productive day. I'm gonna make it productive. I want to try to smoke only 8 cigarettes instead of a pack.
Yaska?
So I'm inspired from Steve Jobs because Steve Jobs made a company Apple to make everybody Apple. He made a good vision because what's happening is you get used to a certain system and the system is so sophisticated and going to happen. So people have to learn one system, they can't change it because so many things. So that's why he made this Apple. This is my opinion. So I decided to make a system that the whole world can't get let go of it. I created a creator. So a creator is God. Basically, God's creation is a creator. So that you become a creator, you come close to God, everybody wants to log into it. So I make a company beating Apple, beating all the other companies. So make a company of being creators of the Creator, Almighty God. Being Melech HaMashiach in reality, and choose the King.
Thank you, Yaska. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.